Springtime in Oklahoma City is synonymous with the Red Earth Festival, known worldwide as the premier event for Native American art and culture. For Native people, it's a time for celebration and honoring the traditions that enrich the lives of everyone. Red Earth proudly took it to the streets with a colorful downtown parade that clearly set the mood.
We got a good turnout, huh?
Yes, we do. Have a lot of our programs here.
What are you going to be doing during the parade?
Doing my princess wave.
Well, let me show. Give us a preview.
I'm Elise Reed. I am the 2013 CNA Labor Day Cheyenne Princess. I'm Nelsie Redbird, and I'm the Arapaho Princess for the Cheyenne Arapaho Labor Day powwow.
My name is Erica Pretty Gilmore, and I'm representing Tulsa Indian Club, Tulsa Power Princess.
Wave. Show me the wave. Did you have to practice that?
Is that good enough?
I bet you guys are the loudest ones here in the parade.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you want to hear me?
You gonna at least throw some candy or something?
Oh, they said you couldn't.
What are you gonna throw out? Love. She's throwing that love.
CA love.
Oh, I like it.
I'm Catherine Hom from Tecumseh, and I'm representing the Comanche Little Ponies Sport Society.
Hello, I'm Sky Wapskitty, and I'm the 2013-2014 Oklahoma Indian Biker Club Princess.
Which is?
Hello, how are you? It's good.
We're representing more public schools, more high school.
Everyone, things are going great. We're having a great festival in the Osket, and welcome to Red Earth. And please stop by 606 booth.
That's all you got? Are you kidding me?
Back in the main exhibit hall, artists, craftsmen, and patrons join together to trade stories, buy artwork, and soak in Native American culture.
It's great this year. This is our 27th year, and which is wonderful. And we're expecting about 125 artists here, and we'll have hundreds of dancers. Not exactly sure how many, but hundreds of dancers. And we expect people from all over the world to come to the festival. But we've had a lot of interest, and we've had a lot of people who've called and said, "Are you still doing it?" Because Oklahoma City's had the tornadoes and everything, and we said, yes, we're still doing it because our city needs this and we need to move on. Yeah, we just have hundreds of returning artists. Every year we're just blessed that our artists want to continue to come back to Red Earth. We do have a few new artists every year, and that's great too. You know, 27 years strong, we started with a group of founders who most of them are still with us today, and we've just been blessed to have people involved with Red Earth that stay year after year and provide a legacy to this organization. And we just have a great board and a great staff, and are honored to have a great following of people who want to come every year to Red Earth Festival.
Really, I just enjoy coming here and seeing the people and part of the energy. You know, I like to see new artists. I like to see the new things that they're doing. Sometimes you do a piece and you say, well, I don't really think too much of that. I didn't have that feeling when I was doing it, and then sometimes that's the first piece you sell. You say, well, that took me by surprise. And sometimes you do a piece, and I just sold one while ago, and I've probably had it for 6 years. But I kept it at home. You know, something I enjoyed at home, brought it here, and so I said, well, somebody bought it. I guess I had the right feeling about it because I kept it at home and never took it anywhere until today, and then I brought it here and it sold right off the. You know, I can sit here for 2 days and not sell anything, and all of a sudden on the last day, sell 7, 8 paintings and a bunch of prints, and just say, where'd all that come from? I think a lot of artists take from one another. They see, you learn, you grow about art. You know, that's part of it. You know, if someone copies something that I was doing, I say, well, that's a good compliment. You know, and if I copy something that someone else is doing, you know, I said, well, that's a nice painting. You know, I'll do something very similar because I know that he sold that. To have someone admire something is a different thing. Is a different feeling. You know, that you've done something that someone appreciates and makes you feel good. Just makes you feel good. You know, sometimes it doesn't make any difference if people come into my booth and just look and admire. They don't have to pay for anything. It does kind of re-energize you a little bit. You know, just that you're go back and say, well, I want that same feeling next year.
These are all handcrafted, handmade for men to wear in the gourd dance ceremonies. This right here is for a little girl, arm shawl and a little purse that little girls carry when they dance. I do like the breastplate, the men breastplates, and a lot of traditional dancers use these type of breastplates on their attire. And the gourd dance, mescal bean, bandoliers, and sashes, and I have leggings here. I've been doing this all my life as a child, and it's a part of, you know, our way of making a living. This is a small one, but this is like a Cheyenne shell dress, but they can be covered with maybe about 300 shells on the top and then on the bottom.
And I guess they get real heavy.
They can be real heavy, but once you put them on, you can't really feel the weight of them. Here we have the shawls. I do a lot of the shawls that we wear pretty much in all occasions. U.S. Marine shawl. And these are like for wives, that husbands that were in the service, or it can be for a woman that was in the service. This is an Army one. It's been a big part of, you know, of what I do and who I am as a Cheyenne and as a woman. I enjoy doing this.
Well, my ledger art is what you would call historically, the proper name for the art is ledger art. I created my own style, which is a contemporary style of the Cheyenne people. So using the same type of ledger art that the Cheyenne and Arapaho ledger artists who were imprisoned at Fort Marion, Florida, they used the ledger art to document their war deeds, their war battles. And I started to study and I started to interpret a lot of the drawings, and I started to use the original ledger paper that I could find. And the earliest one that I could find was 1889, and that's what I use. I use 1889 ledger book paper, and I produce my artwork as a contemporary style on that paper. So I'm connecting history to present day, current activities, current history. So when I'm depicting and painting these drawings, I go back to that time. And I wonder, what are they doing? What would they have been doing? And you're so caught up in that moment of creativity in that moment of being there. You're expressing it through that. And when you come out and you see the final product, the final piece of art, you tell yourself, that's exactly what I was trying to capture. It starts up here. You visualize. When I see something, I put it together up here like a puzzle. And once I start putting it down on paper, I'm just merely putting down each piece of the puzzle. Like the color, the contrast, the linear, the horizontal, the vertical, the perspective of what I'm trying to capture. It's all right there. I think to me, hand-drawn art is original. Yes, we have technology to have computer programs that can enhance, like Photoshop can change a lot of things. You have a lot of different technical applications that can work for you where you don't even have to draw. But the originality is being creative and producing art comes from your hand. And by you drawing it with your hand, that's an original technique that will never be lost because you're producing it here.
I'm enrolled there at Cheyenne Arapaho tribes, and I'm also Sioux and Creek. Yeah, well, my kids are older now, and they don't want me making their stuff the way I want to make it and put it on them. They want me doing anything like that, so I resorted to the dolls. It's like, oh, I can dress them and they won't talk back. Yeah, I used to be a powwow dancer a long time ago. I was also a Arapaho princess, 1978. She got the grand award in beadwork. And my other two, the proud parents, got second place in the diversified category. That's her name, Miss Powwow Nation, on her banner there. And everybody keeps saying, is that you? I said, well, could have been me. It takes me about a month and a half to do each doll. This is her crown. She's made from a cotton body, polyfilled. Her dress is 100% wool trade cloth. There's the bands here. Her beadwork are done with size 13 Czechoslovakian beads. They're very, very tiny. And her breastplate is made from porcupine quills and the cut glass beads. Her belt, brass studs. She has a drop on her belt. She has a duck feather fan, which I constructed every single piece on her. And we could take it off and show you everything. Her purse, the bags on the back of her belt are all beaded cut glass beads. Because I only started making dolls last year. And I've always made beaded objects, like the baby moccasins over here in my display case. I've done a little bit of painting, but the beadwork is what my grandmother taught me how to do. So that's how this came about.
I do ledger art. I'm a watercolor. I do watercolor acrylic paintings, and I specialize in ledger art. Ledger art is an art that originated amongst the Cheyenne Arapaho in the Southern Plains, Middle Plains, Central Plains back in the 1860s, 1870s. They would take ledger books they would get from settlers or military or capture and warfare and everything, and they would put their war exploits on it. So that's what ledger art is. And I incorporated into this headdress here that our people wear, our headsmen and our chiefs, and they would wear these. So I made it out of ledger paper, incorporated Cheyenne designs on it. As a Cheyenne Arapaho, this is part of our history because our people did this. It's part of who I am. As an artist, I think about the history of our people, of who we are, where we come from, and especially where we're going. And I try to put it all into that. I want my art to tell a story. I just don't want it to be the same thing over and over. Each piece is unique, it's different, so each one tells a story. That's what it's about with my art. I won first place ribbon, medal in diversified arts here as a category with this headdress. My thing is for the kids, and our people, to educate the people about who we are. We're still are, you know, vibrant people. We have our arts, and that's part of who we are.
This is the first time I've been in about 20 years, and so just watching the dancers and seeing all the crafts and just looking for what I need to take home.
Are you going to take anything home?
Oh, I plan to take home quite a bit.
Well, we came from East Texas mainly because of all the Plains tribes, and it's just super interesting to be here. Mainly the costumes, the culture. It's what we came for. So, enjoyed it.
I came here because of my family. They come here every year. That's the reason why I come here a lot. It's just something that all the tribes try to put on every year that they do that brings everyone together. It's something that they've done for a while that I've been going here since I was a kid.
For many years, I bought original paintings by Gordon Yellowman, and I have bought the ones that have the umbrella theme. I do have one that has some horses in it, and I have one that has some corn stalks in it that I love very much. But every year I always find one.
My main thing is I'm thankful to the Creator for blessing me with such a talent, is to think about what's in my heart in order to serve people, and that's what I do. That's all I like to do. What it is I start with just one line, a simple, powerful line, and that one line turns into a creation like this. This one here is called Interconnected. What it is calm down, listen to your heartbeat. What it's about is they're all dancing around this one guy singing on a drum. And when they're dancing, they all got their eyes closed because they're dancing by faith, not by sight, listening to the sound of the spiritual voice. That's why all the mouths are blue and their eyes are closed. And they're all listening to just this one heartbeat coming from this one man singing on a drum. Boom, and then there's all of the vibrations from that sound of the heartbeat. What we got here, what's going on here, if you look closely, you'll see his face looking up. And he's got his hands outstretched like this. So when he's asking help me, he's asking the Creator for help because he wants to have peace and serenity and calmness. But what happens? In order to attain that, he has to surrender his ego, his own heart. Goes down on one knee with his palms out. Balances out the negative and the positive of life in order to be peaceful. Surrendering his ego. Face down, palms up.
She's a tall girl. She has a name. Her last name is White Turtle. I can't give you her first name. She's got all of her outfits. This is Southern Cheyenne style. Southern Cheyenne style. This is not Northern Cheyenne where they bead the entire top. These stripes of beads, tell stories. So she's got, and this is a newer style than the 1800s, say, but she has like a porcupine quills in her earrings, which we use a lot of. Her buckskin dress is in the two pieces, like we all know they're supposed to be. She's got all of her bags in the back of her belt, her beautiful long braid, her beautiful long hair, her bag, and she left her shawl in the car. So this is basically it. The moccasins are all through Cheyenne style. Everything that I make is Cheyenne style. One piece moccasin and legging. The design is significant. Cheyennes believe in balance. Everything is symmetrical. Everything, front and back, side to side. This is not from me. This is coming through me. This is what we call God coming through me, to create this. I don't create this. I'm just the channel.
I do traditional work like papier-mâché, drums, traditional items for the Native American dancers. Grasslands outfits, traditional outfits. I'm the one who gets the feather work for the kids. I got stuff like fan handles, beaded moccasins that I do. I also design shawls, and I pass on any little tiny craftsmanship I can do to, like my nephew here and my other nephews and nieces. Teach them how to dance, teach them the songs, teach them all the beadwork. This is a traditional piece, immense traditional bustle that the warriors would wear. And when, like the dog soldiers, the kit fox, and the bowstring would wear that in victory when they went out into war, and they'd come back, and that was traditional to come out into like a victory dance for going and kill the enemy or coming back victorious. They would dress up in their best regalia and have a powwow, a victory dance, that's what we call it. And they would celebrate their victory upon the enemy. This would take actually about a good 3 weeks, 4 weeks to put together. You have the individual tie the feathers. It's hand wrapped individually, every color. Every piece is prayed upon, and I pray with it that our future is our children, so I pass that on to them, knowing that our culture will live tomorrow.
The tribes really do care about this event. It has really grown since the first, and pottery in particular has really expanded. The first Red Earth, there was one traditional potter from Oklahoma. There were Southwest potters, but there was only one from Oklahoma. So the Oklahoma tribes have a tradition of pottery that they're reviving, and I think this event has brought that to the forefront. And the reason it has is because it brings recognition, but it also provides a place for people to earn a little money and to actually talk to people, talk to others, and we share. That's the reason that this event is so important. So much of our tradition was lost because of the removal practices of the United States. And that was, a dark, dark period for the tribes. So by doing this and actually looking into my past, I found art, I found our pottery, and it has really brought me a satisfaction of a connection back to my ancestors. And I won't say an actual peace, but at least a resolution of what the history was, and that I can be at peace with myself, with my art.
New friends were made and old ones reunited to share their passions. Those passions proved contagious as thousands packed the exhibit hall.
Well, as you see behind me, I do ledger style art. And I first got inspired doing that probably back in 1993 when I first started this style of artwork. I've always been able to draw and paint, and I wanted to get back into my art, doing that again, but I didn't want to get into the contemporary stuff, that studied contemporary Indian art in a way. I wanted to keep with the old traditional style, so it's kind of like this pictographic art, so from there, then I just started, getting into it and doing different things, doing them on animal hides. Then I have a friend named Rob McClellan. Back in '93, he introduced me to this old antique ledger paper. Then I started drawing on it. Then now you see a lot of people drawing on it now. Then from there, I started going to acrylic on canvas, just kind of, experimenting, going to different mediums, different things. And also I do a lot of artifact stuff, stuff that we used to use in our everyday lives, like bow and quiver cases. I make real bows and arrows, and I do a lot of beadwork. Make pipe bags, I make just about anything, everything that, within the, Cheyenne tribe, Arapaho tribe that they used. When I'm doing a piece and, and that particular piece has a story, and I'm thinking about that story, thinking about, well, what it might have been like at that time, and trying to detail it out, try to stick to that particular time. Well, this was a battle that happened a week before the Battle of Little Bighorn. There was a battle on this little creek that was flowing from south to north into the Bighorn River called the Rosebud Creek. And that particular unit, cavalry that was going on that expedition was Crook. General Crook, was to take the south part and come around to the Bighorn, while General Custer came around from the north and around to the Bighorn River, So General Crook was coming around, then it was right around this time of the year, around our ceremonies, our Sundance and stuff. And so they sent these young men to go out to look for that timber, to build that lodge with Sundance Lodge. And so when they were going out, these young men, and they ran in to the cavalry, along that creek. And so they had a battle there called Battle at Rosebud Creek, Then within that battle, there was different little skirmishes that were going on, and one of them is where this man, his name is Chief comes in sight, and this other man, his name was White Elk, and Chief comes in sight. His horse got shot, and his sister was there, and she saw it, so she came riding in and rescued him, put him on her horse, and got away.
The final day of the Red Earth Festival ended on a high note as traditional dancers took to the floor at the Cox Convention Center arena. Individuals from tribes throughout the state competed for honors in multiple categories, all to the delight of appreciative spectators. From tiny tots to tribal elders, the Red Earth Festival of 2013 provided numerous opportunities to express Native pride. For thousands of attendees, it was a time for reflection and celebration of a unique and gifted group of people.